So I finally upgraded my old laptop and got the new MacBook Pro M2. And this is where I always get tied up. Do I future-proof it and get a lot more specs than I probably need? I mean, it might cost an extra $1,000 or $2,000, but at least I'll know that my computer is gonna be really fast while I'm editing videos and doing all of that kind of stuff. But this time, I decided to just get the base model, do all my video editing and all of the stuff that I normally do, and then I can tell you if it's worth saving that extra money or spending that extra money. So let's find out.
Mr. Black.
By the way, welcome to the channel. My name's Danny Black, and I love to share with you cool gear that comes my way. If you're new here, don't be a stranger. Click that button right there. I'll put links to everything so you can find anything I'm talking about today down in the description, plus a surprise link. And just for you guys that might be in a hurry, I'm gonna put time chapters down in the bottom. That way, if you need to skip ahead to a certain part, you can do that. Okay, so before this, I actually had the MacBook Pro 2016, the one with the touch bar on it. And in this machine, I put all the specs up to the max, which back then was 3.3 gigahertz Intel and 16 gigs of RAM. But the whole reason of adding the extra specs in there was to future-proof it to make sure that this thing would last me for a long time. And although it still does work, I did find limitations for editing and doing some high graphic work in about 2019, which is when I got the Mac Mini, which I also put some big specs in, but then also found limitations to that as well. So I got an eGPU, which is an external graphics unit. And with that combination, it does work really well. Like, I still edit on that. I still run all my monitors, and there was actually really no reason for me to get a laptop except I do a lot of traveling. So instead of having to lug my Mac Mini around with a portable monitor and keyboard and trackpad, I thought it was time to get a new laptop. So I got the MacBook Pro M2 with 10-core CPU, 16-core GPU, 16 gigabytes unified memory. I did get the 1 terabyte of solid state hard drive, because when you're video editing and you have a bunch of programs and stuff like that, 512 gigabytes can run out really quickly, so it's always nice to have that little bit of a buffer. So this time, even though I was slightly tempted to click those other boxes and spend that extra money, I thought, you know what? I really want to see what the base model does and just see if it's worth saving. Okay, so now that you're all caught up on my life, let's just go ahead and look at this thing. And I do love a good laptop unboxing. There's nothing like it. This thing is really nice. It's actually a lot thicker and heavier than I was expecting, but it does look really nice. It feels really nice. The keyboard feels amazing compared to the old one. That old design was terrible. And to be honest, I tried to love the idea of the touch bar, but it was actually more problematic than it was helpful. I mean, to me. Some of you guys might have utilized it a lot more. This also has the MagSafe power, which I was always a big fan of, and I was like, why did they get rid of that? And those 3 USB-C ports are also 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports. And there's also a headphone jack. It also has an HDMI port, an SDXC card slot, which is really handy when you're shooting video and you just want to take that card and put it in there and not have to have some extra accessories. The speakers sound really clear and really balanced. Like, I was shocked playing music off of this thing, just going, this sounds fantastic. The 1080p webcam looks really good. I mean, it's still not like the best, but I don't really use the webcam all that much. Maybe I'll use it a little bit more. The battery life is also amazing. I mean, like, amazing. I took this thing on my last cruise ship and I was using this all the time and I barely ever had to charge it. It was so good. The 14-inch screen and the quality of the screen is noticeably different. Like, just watching old TV shows that I watch on my old laptop compared to this one, somehow it's just like more crisp, just more clear. It looks so good. And one of the biggest surprises to me, I was not expecting at all, was continuity. I remember people talking about it before, but I never really got into it until I put my laptop right here on my desk. I opened it up and I just moved my mouse over so slightly, and all of a sudden it was on the screens of my Mac Mini. So then all of a sudden I was using my trackpad for my laptop on my Mac Mini screens, and I'm able to type with it, and vice versa. I can use my trackpad and keyboard from my Mac Mini and then use that just on my laptop sitting on my desk. And to top it off, you can even just drag files and folders over just from screen to screen and drop it off, and it transfers over there. My mind was blown when I discovered that. I was not expecting that at all. Okay, so back to the point of this. I just wanna see the speed of it. Basically, I'm gonna take this same Final Cut Pro file, this Mirth Scooter video that I just did. It's got a bunch of effects and 4K video, and then I'm gonna export it with this new MacBook Pro, and then the Mac Mini, and then also the Mac Mini with the eGPU, and then my old MacBook Pro from 2016. So with my Mac Mini and no eGPU connected, this 5-minute 4K quality project exported, at around 35 minutes. And there was also a couple of graphic glitches in it, so that was kind of a problem with the graphics card. However, the M2 MacBook Pro exported this same project in just over 6.5 minutes. And the playback was a lot smoother on the M2, like you could play it back completely unrendered, and it didn't have any stutters to it at all. But when we added that eGPU back to the Mac Mini and exported it, it actually only took just over 8 minutes, which is really impressive, and also just shows you that this eGPU gives this Mac Mini a lot of power still, but it's not portable whatsoever. And with that old 2016 laptop, well, it actually failed exporting it. And before it failed, it was at 17% completed, and it was over 7 minutes. So I imagine it would probably be over an hour if it actually worked. So that was really impressive. And really just using this laptop, I just find it a lot faster. Like a lot of things, opening up programs, just things just go like that. And also if I'm doing a lot of heavy graphics and editing, there's no fan noises coming from this thing. And the whole reason I'm sharing this video with you is that you might be someone looking to get a new laptop and you think that you might need all the heavy specs with it. I think it's better to save the money. Maybe that won't make your laptop be amazing for 10 years, but it will at least be amazing for 5 years. And then in 5 years, that laptop's still gonna be valuable for resale, and the money that you just saved, you can just buy a new laptop. I mean, that's my plan at least. But I know some of you out there, it's very tempting. You're still gonna wanna click that, and that's fine. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I just wanted to share with you that the base model is awesome, and I love it. So I'm happy that I saved that money. But there we go. Thank you so much for watching this video. If it did help you at all, click that button right there. That does help the algorithm. Other than that, stay tuned. I have a lot of really cool products to share with you coming up, so I will see you next time.